Hey, it's James Raby. We have to say something here, but I don't want to say much. Thanks for listening to the Y105 FM Early Morning Show, Radio On Demand podcast. Love you. It is Y105 FM's Early Morning Show. My name is James Raby, and Adina Mazel was recently doing an interview on the Kelly Clarkson Show when she said her son forbid her from saying a certain word.
It's kind of hard.
I think he doesn't think I'm cool. I'm like this, I'm not allowed to say the word drippy or whatever. Because
what do you
that's
mean?
his word. He says things like, "This is so drippy, Mom." He's really into his fashion. And
is
all
that
his
like
basketball
trippy and dope in the same?
Kinda. So when I'll say he'll come out ready for school and be like, "Whoa, that is so drippy," and he'll be like, "No, you don't get to say."
That's my vocabulary.
No, I just said it on national television. He's gonna die.
We're gonna.
How can you say drippy?
It is not going to get any better at home right now. It's Y105 FM's Early Morning Show. Lucy, what you got?
I got eye rolls one time when I said something about them going to a dance and if they were going to get jiggy with it. Gave me an eye roll and a very heavy sigh.
Nice.
They're like, nope, nobody talks like that. Don't say that.
Oh, I'm sorry, but you're talking like that, Lucy. So obviously, people are talking like that. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Woo! Hi, it's Y105 FM. What you got, Kendra?
Totally rad, man. I'd bring up my California Valley girl all the time. They used to get so mad about it. I'd embarrass them. They'd be in the middle of like a school assembly or whatever. I'd show up for like parent day or whatever. And if they started acting up, then I'd start bringing out the Valley. Like, I'm like so sure, like totally. Like, why don't you just go ahead and just go on down to the store last week? You know, like I'm so sure. And they're like, Mom, please don't ever do that again. That is just like so wrong. Don't ever do that again.
Which makes it so awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this morning. This is Y105 FM's Early Morning Show. If you're a left-hander, I want to hear from you right now on the Y105 FM.
Hey, Minnesota, the end of...
Hey, Nomi, it's Y105 FM's Early Morning Show. Thanks for calling in. My name is James Raby, and you got a story about being a lefty?
There's no binders or notebooks or anything unless you buy them and order them special for left-handed people. So your hand is like always leaning or up against the rings on notebooks and binders. It's uncomfortable when you're writing, or you'll never know the struggle of writing across the page, especially with lead pencil, and your hand turning black. I didn't know this, but a lot back in the day, like people in my grandfather's generation, they would get forced to be right-handed. Teachers and everything would basically manipulate them to be right-handed. They would start at a young age forcing them to do things right-handed.
Which is just awful, because if you're not a righty, oh, that's disturbing. Hi, it's James Raby on Y105 FM's Early Morning Show. Why am I talking about this? Well, on Saturday, I was at a parade for one of Diana's friends up north, and an 8-year-old was trying to make posters with these beautiful, big, colorful Sharpies, just gigantic. But she kept smearing it because she's a lefty. She's a left-handed kid. And she hasn't gotten to the point, I guess, yet where you figure that whole thing out. It's a learning process, as we're hearing. So I'm asking, what are your left-handed stories? And I think it's Abby. What's your left-handed struggle?
My dad tried to teach me how to drive a stick shift, and it was not productive. I did not learn how. It was just something I could not figure out how to do. You have to use your right hand to do it. It's not meant for a left-handed person.
Here's what you missed on the Early Morning.
105 FM Early Morning Show. My name is James Raby. What is the thing you traded?
So I had a totaled vehicle, and I traded it and got a whole bunch of women's nightwear. We were in an accident, totaled the vehicle. It was just sitting around. It was mine. We were still waiting on the insurance, money to come in. And he had just bought a whole bunch of brand new stuff for a girl he was with. They split up.
Oh.
And I was like, here, you can have this, and I'll take this.
Well, why not? That's a straight-up good deal. Hi, it's James Raby. You're listening to the Y105 FM Early Morning Show. And Global News says a Toronto, Canada man recently rented a billboard in order to trade a stick of string cheese. Angel Domingo found the cheese in a refrigerator in his new home. He put up on the bulletin board, for trade, one string cheese. He says, this is probably the strangest thing I've ever had to offer up. Somebody told me that I wouldn't get anything for it and nobody would want it. But I guess some people anyway, really want it. I've received a lot of offers. Some people are calling me again because the first offer they had wasn't good enough. I think the most anybody had to offer so far was 2 Persian cats. I've been telling everybody the same thing when they ask what I'm looking for. It's like you'll know when you see it. There's been a lot of offers, and a lot of it's just fluff. There isn't anything of quality, he said so far. Oh, that is what that is? That's great. I dig it the most. So, Jennifer, do I understand correctly that you have an awesome swap to make, too?
I traded a tank of gas for 2 guinea pigs, so I guess that's probably an odd trade. Everybody else is looking at me like, that's not a good trade for guinea pigs. I'm like, what? Then what should have been a good trade? They're like, I don't know, to give them one of your cats. I'm like, why would I get rid of my cats? I love my cats.
Here's what you missed on the early morning.
An interesting news story on the Y105 FM app. It's about Joe Jonas, who he would date. He said, I would date Pete Davidson, whatever, but not Kanye West. Well, yeah, and if I was put in a position right to date one or the other, absolutely Pete Davidson first. Dude is funny. Kanye, no way. Not on your life. You can see the story and why that came up on Y105 FM's app. Hey, we're gonna get together. Last week, I did not. Well, that's a lie. I did on Saturday, but not the way you think. Hi, it's James Raby on Y105 FM's early morning show. Real quick, I was at a parade this past weekend. Diana and I were in her friend's parade. She runs a chiropractic clinic. No bones about it. She loves it. And we were in this parade, walking along, minding our own business, thinking nothing of it. And there was a kid in front of us who really needed a belt or suspenders or something. He was about 7, and he kept dropping his drawers. And when he bent over to get him once, I don't know how it happened, but his underwear came down too, and he was mooning everyone. That's when his mom said, I think it's time for you to sit in the truck. It was, 7-year-old, embarrassed. It was kind of cute. It's Y105 FM's early morning show.
Here's what you missed on the early.
Hey, it's James Raby. Thank you so much for listening to the Y105 FM Early Morning Show Radio On Demand podcast. I hope you'll subscribe and tune in Monday through Friday between 6 and 10 for more fun than you can shake a stick at.